So, I was in a bit of a sticky situation the other day, and I ran out of super glue. So I went down to my local hobby shop. They also didn't have any super glue. Plastic glue, but no, nothing I was actually after. So I then went down to Hobbycraft, which is a big sort of hobbying store within the UK, probably different types, the same people, all across the world. You know, you name it, they pretty much got it. So they didn't have any super glue either, but they did have this, which is Gorilla Glue Clear. It doesn't say super glue on it. It just says non-foaming, high strength, indoor, outdoor, bonds glass, metal, ceramic, stone, wood, foam, and more. So I thought, and then they also had Gorilla Glue Natural. What's the difference? What's this got that this doesn't got? So apparently this expands into materials. Incredible strength. 100% waterproof. Bonds dissimilar materials. Stone, metal. I don't know. They also had some contact adhesive. Don't know, never used the stuff in my life. Apparently it's clear glue, so yay, that's good. And then a bottle of Prit, so multi-purpose glue, solvent free. And I thought, bloody hell, sounds edible, don't eat it. And then I went to a third shop where I eventually did find some super glue. Again, Gorilla Glue, so only the expensive stuff available to me apparently. So and then, so anyway, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna run some tests, and we're gonna see which one is actually better. You know, is the super glue gonna be just the outright winner? Is that why we always use it, or you know, is the Gorilla Glue Clear or the Gorilla Glue Natural? Is that going to be better? Or it could surprise us, it could be this contact adhesive, or it could be the Prit. So we're going to find out now. We're going to do a couple of different things that we normally use glue for. Oh, this has got stuff in it. Oh damn, they want you to wear gloves. Is this going to be dangerous? Is this dangerous? Is this what I'm being told? Don't touch with your hands or something. Oh yes, it is. This is corrosive. Okay. This might be out the running already. It didn't say corrosive out here. Oh, it might have. It definitely said corrosive on the box. So we've learned a couple of things. This stuff is corrosive and acts a little bit like Uhu glue. This stuff, contact adhesive, is it's Uhu glue. These three though, well, these two, I think they are going to be the ones that are going to be a bit of the surprise kicker. So we've got our basic material, we've got our, oh god, it's just leaking out everywhere. Our basic material, we've got our resin to resin, and we've got our plastic to resin. So, I'm going to give this all about 24 hours to dry. And we'll see how it does. We'll be back tomorrow. So, it's not quite been 24 hours. It's probably been about 13 hours, 14 maybe, since I did this. There's been some interesting results. Oh wow. I think this has just really answered the question of just use super glue, maybe? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's actually happened. So this is more maybe going to be what to avoid, because that's let's start with the Gorilla Glue Natural. I see what it means by it expands into materials. I mean, look at what is this? God, rock hard. Right, so let's start with our basing. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. Torture test it a little bit. That is, I mean, your basing material is going to stay on there. That's not going anywhere. That, but it's, I don't know. Maybe we could do something cool with it to cause some sort of effects. Maybe. Oh, it could be quite good for like Nurgle or like some sort of like plague or. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at the bonding two materials together. I mean, again, they're not coming apart. That is definitely locked together. Oh, yeah, they ain't coming apart. Those, ooh, nah, that is, yeah, okay, that's pretty solid. And adding things on, again, it's that expansion. That is definitely a cause for issue if you were putting models together with this. So let's just say that this may have some use somewhere within the hobby, but generally speaking, I would probably avoid anything to do with this. And done. The contact adhesive, basically Uhu glue that we normally use for creating like gore or slime or just bile or just sort of making things look a bit stringy. This was a nightmare to work with as well. Like, it just wanted to do all sorts, and I'm pretty certain I've glued the lid on. I've got loads in there. It just would. This, again, work-wise, I would just stick to sort of what we already know, sort of Uhu glue to be good at. And personally, I'm probably going to just stick to my Uhu glue. That's probably the better stuff to work with. But if you're in a pinch, this will also do. I mean, this was more expensive than Uhu glue, so this stuff is here. So let's have a quick torture test. Bits are coming off, but that's the sort of stuff I would expect to come off anyway. It's held it down pretty well, actually. It's definitely difficult to put up. Okay, that's had better results than I was expecting. Alright, okay, for basing, I'd give it a thumbs up. For basing, definitely. For attaching to one thing to another. Oh, it's done a similar thing to the other glue. It's got this like weird expansion and bubbling to it. Can I pull them apart? Can I pull? Yeah, I could pull this apart quite. That was okay. There's a bit of grip to it, but that was really easy to come. That I wouldn't use this for bonding resin to resin. And then let's have a look at getting the plastic bit on. So, oh yeah, that came straight off. And plus you got all this stringy stuff around it that's left over. So that came off really easy as well. Like that. There was no issue with that. I can probably actually just clean this off. This is just gonna wipe away almost. And I'm gonna put that back in my bits box because they're now usable again. Now let's have a look at the Gorilla Glue Crystal. So this doesn't say that it's super glue. It's definitely a lot thicker when I was working with it. At least it's not corrosive. But at no point does it say super glue. So let's have a look and see what the bond on this one is. So let's start with our basing material. Again, to our stuff is just, I mean, I think that's stuff that was going to come off anyway. But this is still, just with my thumb, this is still just coming off. Alright, I think that's just all the loose stuff. Definitely got a good, can you hear that? Dry pretty solid. I can't, oh, I can peel it up. Oh, okay, so the Uhu glue, or the contact adhesive, didn't allow me to do that. That is interesting. But that's just come straight up like that. Okay. Leave that like that. See how well it bonds two things together. Is it going to hold resin to resin? And this is... Ah. I don't know why I was trying to print something to go for these, but the prints failed and I ended up with just these bits, so I'm using these bits. Okay. Definitely, there's no sort of gap in there either. There's a slight gap, but I didn't pressurize any of it. I just let it naturally hold on to each other, so that we all had a fair shot at doing the gluing, as you might say. Alright, give it a pass on that one. And then the resin to plastic for just general modelling. There's enough. I would be happy if I had that as a result. There's nothing on there. There's no sort of like unnecessary gaps. There's no like excess glue spilling out from around sort of these usual parts where we could expect that. How well is it going to hold on? Oh, that not very well. It's fact I didn't use a lot of glue, but it definitely held on there. I think I have a bit more on. Let's have a look at the print. This was definitely an interesting choice. This is a safe option to be using because as I said, I could probably entirely an opinion. Probably not a good opinion to have or say, but I wouldn't suggest it. Please don't. But the only thing here that sort of gets my worry up is water washable. So let's have a look. So start with what I've done with everyone else. Just give it a tap, get all that extra stuff off, and that is, oh yeah. That just didn't even try. Didn't even try. Had very little holding it onto there. I would not suggest that for basing at all. That just wanted to come up. And this has done something quite weird on this. Oh wow, that's not even dry. And it's caused it to like bend. What? The drying time for that, as I said, this has been about 13 hours. I'd say 13 hours. That's just not stuck at all. That just... Okay, that just didn't want to hold those together. That's... Whack whack. Fail. I don't think this is going to have held this on. Nah, that super easy. That barely held on at all. That was no effort. You could just knock that off picking it up. Super glue. So we all know super glue. We all use super glue. So this should be a good sort of baseline for everything. So quick torch test. Ooh. The stone broke. There is still a bit of stone in there. The actual stone broke. Okay. So again, like, you know, bits are coming up. Is it going to peel? Is it going to peel off like these other things have? This isn't going to peel off. The stone broke, not not the glue. That was weird. So let's have a look at this. Again, super glue, yeah, it's holding like I would expect it to hold. It's doing the same as the Gorilla Glue Clear. It's bonded really well. Really solid bond on that one. So, to the model, how easy is it for me to ping this off? That is... See, I've never tried to sort of like remove these pads normally. Oh god. Cool. That is what I was hoping for a little bit. I'd rather the model failed before the glue. Anyway guys, I hope this is helpful to you guys. Bear in mind, this is my usual type of content, so if you want to have a look at my new content, I will put some links at the end of this video, coming very soon. Anyway guys, thank you for joining me on this little hobby experiment, and I will see you in the next one.